Okay, so this is Ringo, and he's on lead. We have Geely and Frankie off lead. These two listen really well. Ringo has not the best on recall, so I just have this. This is just my little, it's like a waist bag that I got from Amazon, and then I just attach it with a carabiner to him. And then I will make him be in hill or whatever. Right now we're kind of in a just walk explore mode. So he is a really stubborn dog. So he's very different. He's an Australian Shepherd Poodle, Ringo is. And so he has a very different temperament than my little guy. The little yellow is mine. These two are not. And so this little guy, I've worked with him for years, and he will do everything. Now, Ringo doesn't necessarily listen all the time. So I have to use different training techniques with Ringo than I do with these two. Ringo, when we're at the park, I can let him off lead, but anytime else, he thinks that he gets to run the show. And so the lead for him, this isn't a structured walk or anything. This is just our way of keeping him with the pack. Otherwise, he wants to bolt and go. So you have to know with your dogs where they are in the pack. So in this pack, Geely, my dog's the leader. So he's the alpha. So Geely kind of bosses these two around. So the beta, that's really where Ringo likes to be, but it's also where Frankie likes to be. So the beta is like the bruiser. So that's like your number 2 dog in command. And so I have to really watch, because these two are always fighting for pack position. Ringo's the youngest, so by rights he is lower in ranking than Frankie, but he doesn't always like that position. So these two are continually fighting for dominance. Now, in their little pack of 2, Frankie is definitely the alpha, and then Ringo's the beta in their little pack of 2. But you add my dog's, he is naturally a middle or a back of the pack dog. But in this pack, since he's the oldest, he becomes number 1, the leader. So it's really important when you're working with your dogs to know, especially, when you're adding them into group situations, like, where they are, how to treat them. You see how we're all walking together, but if Ringo is off leash, he would be running and totally distracted, not willing to be with the pack at all, because he's very independent. He's a hunter, and his job is to run and herd. And so that's what he wants to do. So I like to take him to a park where he can run really hard and really far, but it's safe. Obviously not safe walking on the road to have him off leash. So hopefully that helps you to understand kind of pack dynamics, and then, meeting your dogs where they are as far as walking with dogs. You really do need to be able to identify what kind of dog your dog is. Once you've identified that, like, you can work with them in the pack. Like, my dog really doesn't like puppies. Puppies are, he's a senior dog now, so he's 8, and puppies really irritate him. So I just know when there's puppies, or he also is like, he does not like another dog, especially if it's a big dog, approaching our pack. And so when you know those things, you can mitigate, what's happening in the pack, because then you can understand their dynamics and their psychology, and you can respect what they need, and then you don't get into problems. And you can have your dogs off leash because they're in control. You're in control of the situation, and they're right with you and you're right with them.